School officials in Atlanta say they found a knife in a student's backpack. It happened at Westlake High School. According to the principal, the discovery happened after a fight. A staff member accidentally hit a button calling for a hard lockdown. School officials say no one was hurt. Right